There is a crime being committed right here, right now, by 50% of the UFC card community. And I'm here to talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Damien here for Main Event Cards. And as the title suggests, there is a crime being committed by you in the card community. Now, if you are watching this video, you are probably not the problem, but you can be the solution. I'm going to put the question out there in this episode. Do we need UFC card content on YouTube? Because I've got some statistics here, I've got some stats we're going to go over, I've got some evidence that suggests maybe we don't. Now, before any of you say anything in the comments also down below, I do want to make it known, none of the other UFC card content channels, although I respect every single one of them, I am friends with a lot of them, none of them really know or we have really discussed this as a topic. This is just me making this content on my own because I feel like it needs to be said, and God bless them, but I feel like they're probably too nice to say anything. But I want to be talking about this because I actually have an issue with this myself, and it is not actually about my own channel itself. Regardless of what you might want to think or take away from this video, this is not about my content in general or the following I have on my channel or the views that I have on my channel. I'm making this because I'm frustrated as a fan of the other guys' content out there. Do we need UFC card content on YouTube? Let's get straight into it. Let's go to Exhibit A, shall we? Let's go over to UFC sports cards. Now, I'm starting with the biggest because most of you are probably going to turn this video off after the first 2 minutes. So let's get to the nitty gritty. UFC Sports Scrub, UFC sports cards on Facebook, public group, 30,000.6k members. Now, I know as a fact, you could have some of the admins, I don't even know if they watch this channel, probably don't, but this channel has grown 100%. It has jumped up from 15,000 members roughly this time last year. It was October last year. I remember checking out this page and it had 15k members. Now to date, it has 30k members. So it has doubled in a year. Great for UFC Sports Cards Facebook group. That is, to my knowledge, the biggest UFC Sports Cards page. As we type in UFC, we can also go to Straight Out of the Hobby as well. It is another big page. It has 3.8k members. So not that big as what we have. That's literally 10% of what the people are on UFC sports cards have we here on Straight Out of the Hobby. So this is a more die-hard community, you could probably say, here on Facebook. But let's compare those numbers. We have 30,000. The biggest UFC card content creator on YouTube is Matt from the Golden On. Nothing but respect to him and his content. But as we can see here, he has recently come to 4,000 subs, which is massive for him. Congratulations to him. But for those of you who are good at maths, this is only roughly 13.5% of what we have here on Facebook. So, where's the disparity there? If the biggest Facebook UFC page has 30,000 members, the biggest UFC card channel has 4k members, which, as I said, is about 13.5%. That doesn't really add up to me. Now, I'm not saying that the biggest channel should also have 30,000 members. I'm saying it should be closer to more like 50%, if I'm being completely honest. So if you were to do the math, Matt should be looking at about 15k members right now. He's obviously quite a long way away from that. Maybe he'll get there at one point, but we're going off the numbers from today. It doesn't really make sense. Go down to Cloudsy, probably the second biggest YouTuber for UFC cards right now, and shout out to Cloudsy because he probably honestly could be on ESPN. He could be doing open mic stand-up content on ESPN for the UFC because that's how entertaining this guy is. He has 1.74k subs. Once again, that's literally probably half. That's less than half of what Matt has. So then we're going to average that down to probably about 6 to 7% of the audience that we have on UFC Facebook group have we here for Cloudsy and his content. Now this one irks me the most. Call me biased. Obviously Zach and I have a good thing going with our collabs. Good friend of mine within the hobby. 987 subs for Zach. So break that down into maths again. That is literally less than 3% of the audience over there at the UFC Sports Card group on Facebook have we here over at Zach's channel watching his content. Now, some of you might be getting halfway through this video and thinking, well, Damien, make better content, or we just want to watch people open boxes of new product. Well, that's all well and great, but you know, Matt from the Golden Octagon does this. A lot of his content, he is opening up brand new products. He spoke about on his interview with Zach that he's spending the tens of thousands of dollars on cards last year for people to get 4K subs. Does that really make sense to you people? I mean, would you be opening up hobby boxes and hobby boxes hoping to build content when they're a few $100s a pop to literally get yourself 13.5% of the potential audience? So I'm wondering, this is my problem. What is the problem here? We talk over to Zach. Zach makes fantastic videos. Zach talks about everything there is to do in the UFC card community, from PC show-offs to interesting topics. He even does conversations, interviews as well. He opens new products, and still Zach can't quite get 3% of the audience. So I'm putting it out to you. I'm not saying that you people, well, it's all right, we'll get there. Then we have Jay Money, also a friend of mine. Jay Money, shout out to you, UFC card fan. A little bit newer on the UFC cards scene, but he has been around for a long time now. He has 86 videos, 450 subs. To be honest, I think Jay Money should have more subs than what I do. That's just my personal opinion. His content is really high quality. He really has a fun personality that comes across in his videos. He clearly loves the cards. He's clearly passionate about them. He does everything with the content. He opens products. He shows off mail days. He does giveaways. But still, Jay Money here still can't quite get 1.5% of the community that we have there on Facebook. Another case example, Luke from MMA Love. 362 subscribers, 155 videos. So Luke's been making a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot of fun stuff. Once again, Luke's pretty strong, cool personality, comes across in his videos. He's very likable. His mail days are very interesting because he's doing something different to what you don't get on the other UFC card channels in terms of just what he's doing with his collection, the cards that he's showing off. You don't really get that in a lot of the other content. But yet again, 362 subs, it's just not enough. So I want to put it out to you what you could be doing in order to help the UFC card content space. Is you are watching, maybe you're liking some of the videos, maybe you're writing a comment down. They are the little things that you can be doing. But you know what could be also great? If you jump on this straight out of the Hobby UFC group, if you jump straight on the UFC sports cards group, as we pulled up here again, if you get on these pages and you share a video, hell, most of us content creators on Instagram, we share videos on our Instagram, on our stories. How hard is it for you people to then also, if you enjoyed that video, I get it, maybe you don't like this video, maybe you didn't like that video, that's fine, you don't have to be sharing every single video. But if you truly want to build and support this community for these people who are putting in hours and hours, hundreds of hours of effort for you to sit here and watch a video on YouTube, and you can't even share that video on Instagram, which takes 10 seconds of your life to maybe help them. This is what you can be doing. Share these videos on Instagram. Share these videos even on these sports card groups. Maybe you guys have done that. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Never seen it once, to be honest. I know there's one guy on the UFC European Facebook group who has shared my videos a couple of times. Rick, you know who you are. I appreciate you, mate. Obviously, that stuff means a lot to me, but I haven't really seen anyone else ever do that ever. It's so simple and easy for you to do, because we have people like the Buffoonverse. Now, I'm shouting out the boys from Buffoonverse, 263 subs, 122 videos. They put a lot of time and effort into their content that they put out there. A lot of card shows, giveaways, hobby box rips. They've done it all for 263 subs. Their latest video 4 months ago. Now, I'm not sure if they're taking a break. Obviously, I've taken a recent break myself. I get it. I'm not sure if they're maybe just done with making videos, because as I said, this takes a lot of time and effort to make this crap. It really does. And for people to then not, I guess, interact back, to not show any sort of appreciation. And maybe that's what, I don't know. I'm going to get in contact with these boys. Maybe I can get them on the channel for a bit of an interview, and maybe we could cover this topic. Maybe these guys have just had enough. Because that's what you could be looking at if you don't get up off your chair and maybe help some of these people in the card community who you clearly enjoy, who you clearly like to watch, who you clearly want to get behind. You guys need to do a little bit more. Once again, this has not been prompted by anyone other than me. This is my own thoughts about, not even really my channel, about everyone else's channel, these people who I care about. This is a topic that needs to be talked about. I don't want people like Zach, I don't want people like J Money to just stop making videos, because, I mean, at the end of the day, this takes a lot of work, and you do, as much as I've even said it before, didn't care about my followers, didn't care about my views, I was just making it for myself. There is a part of you deep down that wants to see some sort of reward for the effort that you put in. And for a Facebook group to have 30,000 members and some of these channels to have 2% of the viewership is just absolutely ridiculous. I want to hear in your comments down below, do we even need UFC card content? If everyone who was making content just stopped making content because it wasn't worthwhile for them anymore, would you care? What is it that you want to see from UFC card content in the future here on YouTube? It's easy things to say. We just want to see open new boxes. Once again, it's not financially viable for any of these people who are getting fuck all views and viewership for the thousands of dollars they're putting into hobby boxes. So, you know, it's a two-edged blade there. You can't ask for one thing that's clearly not getting the views as well. So let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this. Once again, if you're watching this all the way to the end and listening to my complaint inbox, I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next time at Main Event Cards. Now, I'm starting with the biggest because most of you are probably going to turn this video off after the first 2 minutes.
Is he fucking awesome?